Welcome back to Raspberry Rock, everybody, and we have a Willow update. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Not. So here's what we got here. Stay still. Here's what we got here. I don't know if you can see the stitches there. Just stay there, Willow. There's all her stitches. Quite a few of them. And then she's got this tube for, I guess there's a, pus can build up in there. Anyway, not that you needed to see that, but you did need to see that. Anyway, today's the day she gets the tube out. Now, the problem we have is, she's all full of piss and vinegar now. Like, she's on the mend. She's pumped up full of antibiotics and painkillers. So she's happy-go-lucky here. She doesn't feel any pain. And I can't just, like before when I was coming and going to the cabin, she was going really slowly. She was in pain. She knew there was something wrong. She was like a very slow walk. It took us forever. I just rode the ATV, put in low gear and just putted along. And she was fine with that. But today I can't do that because for most part, she would just trot along beside or in front of the ATV like she usually does. But if she sees a chipmunk or something like that, she's gone. And those stitches will come out like really fast. So, I gotta walk her out. And she's not used to being on a leash at all. And it's a long walk. And we gotta walk out and walk back in. It's 4.7 kilometers one way. That's a lot of walking for yours truly. Not that I can't do it. In the city, I used to do 5K walks all the time, but then that's a sidewalk. That's not this. This is different. And then there's the deer flies. All right, let's get going. Let's get going. We gotta go. Can you say something to everybody? Thanks for chilling with us. Okay. One nice thing is we don't have to pay for the tube removal today. That's part of the money we already paid, as well as when the stitches get removed as well, which is in a couple of weeks. Like, holy crap. Willow, we're not even like 5 minutes from the cabin here. We've been walking for like 30 seconds. Willow saw something and went for it. Almost yanked my arm out of its socket. Holy crap, it just yoink. Oh. That's why we're doing this, I guess. She just went for it. No. The deer flies are going for her bare skin where she got shaved. I'll have to try and keep an eye on that. We came back to the cabin to put the onesie on her. Oh my god. Like, I was pretty sure she was getting deer flies all over her tummy. But she just sat down here and I rubbed like 20 deer flies off of her tummy. So, and that was just in the first, like, couple minutes of leaving the cabin. So, yeah. So the onesie will do two things. It'll keep the bugs off of her tummy. And it also kind of limits her action out there. She won't be running around near as much with this thing on. It's just awkward for her, right? So, let's do this. So we have nice coverage here. The only spot not really covered is down here. But I don't think many will get in there with their tail. There we go. Oh, you're going to be so much happier with that on. Yeah, we'll just have to watch your ears now, huh? Okay, try this again. And who's not coming with us? Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta stay. Be unhappy. Oh, attempt number 2. I can't help her ears. I mean, if I stop and start squishing the ones on her ears, like new ones are constantly landing, even as I'm squishing the old ones. I could sit here and do nothing but kill deer flies on her ears. I mean, the only positive thing is, she's got so many scabs on her ears now. I don't think she feels them. It's too bad. So I talked a couple of weeks ago about, last week or the week before, I talked about how the owners of 2 of the properties I cross here on the new trail came out to the cabin. They wanted to see the trail, they wanted to see the cabin. And then they said they wanted to talk about whether or not they should be allowing me to cross their properties. So one of the gents called me yesterday and said, yeah, they really have no problem with it. That's okay. Which is good. Thankful for that. Of course, they got to see a lawyer sometime in the near future about a different matter. So they're going to ask about it. You know, what are the liabilities involved? But as far as any of us can tell, like, you know, if I'm just crossing their property and there's no bridges, there shouldn't be an issue. It's impossible. These big properties out here in the middle of nowhere, it's impossible to keep people out anyway, right? So they get joyriders in. Even they've got no trespassing signs and up and all that, but they get joyriders out here, and those are the people I guess that they're more worried about. Me, I'm just going back and forth to my cabin. You know, bringing in some building materials every now and then. I'm not joyriding. I'm not doing anything weird. So that's good. And that's your trail update for now. Big mud holes like that are fun to get around. This is part of the new trail you haven't seen yet. That way, nice little beaver pond swampy area. But what's over here is also kind of cool. It's another beaver pond. You can see the water level? It's like if I walked over there, it would be chest height. The water level is much higher than the trail is here. Kind of a cool spot. Hopefully there won't be a problem here. We made it. Look at this nonsense. I have Willow's blood on my hands. What a mess. Well, we'll get her in the car and get her at least out of the deer flies. Jesus. Look at that nastiness. Alright, come on, in the car. Atta girl. So, she saw the doctor, and the doctor took a look at her and said, the tubes are leaking just a little bit. And he was pretty good about it. He understood my situation, how I had to walk out from the cabin. He knows what's going on. And he didn't really want to make me do it all over again. He was prepared to do it right then, but he said it'd be better if she came back in a couple of days for the tube removal. If you get like a buildup of pus and blood in there, then it can get infected and blah. So we're coming back Thursday. I guess all over again. Not like I don't need the exercise, right? Anyway, good folks in there. I like them. Anyway, we're going to the next best place in town, or maybe the best place in town. You know what it is. Yeah, boy. Oh, you saw that coming, didn't you? Heard you all like deer flies. We're just a little over halfway. She's pretty slow. It's hot out. It's like 30 Celsius. Whew. Good workout. I'm soaked. It's gonna do an update on... Oh, I'll do that later. I was like coming home, even when I'm soaking wet. Bleh. It's always good to be back. Anyway, I did promise an update about live streams. Yeah, so a couple live streams ago I skipped last Fridays. I was also supposed to skip because I was not drinking. I was trying to make I was trying to see how it would affect my health, and pretty dramatic. Those who have been to my live streams know that I sometimes have problems with atrial fibrillation. I've been seeing a cardiologist for many years. Haven't seen him in a while because not much has changed. Wow, except for recently. Used to, like, when did I have my ablation procedure? 6-7 years ago. And after that I would go into AFib maybe once a month, maybe less. And then I'd go through bouts where I'd go into AFib like once a week. And anyway, just recently it's gotten a lot worse. And I know that, you know, you're supposed to stay away from caffeine, which is why I switched from drinking regular coffee to decaffeinated. Much happier drinking decaffeinated, actually. Stop it, please. Stop. And I don't smoke. That's another factor that can not help be a negative factor. And the other thing is alcohol, of course. And I knew that. And I didn't think it was having that much effect until more recently. Within the last couple of months, I've been going into AFib like twice a week, 2 or 3 times a week sometimes. And I thought, okay, we gotta, you know, I thought maybe it was an intolerance to some food, but we also have to try, you know, dumping alcohol for a while. And I did for a week and a half. There was no alcohol and no AFib. And then Friday night, I was not supposed to live stream. I thought, oh, to hell with it, let's do it anyway. So we did, and yep, I went into AFib around 10:30 that night, in and out of AFib until the end. Went to bed. In the morning I got up, I was right back in AFib again. I was in AFib for 9-10 hours, something like that. So pretty conclusive there that alcohol is not good. So I'm not sure what that does to live streams in the future. I really should just stop drinking altogether. And yes, I've said many times, you don't have to be drinking alcohol to enjoy Booksfest. But for me, it's pretty much synonymous. I mean, I don't think I could talk for 4 hours like that if I wasn't drinking. But here's the big thing though, is, you know, when you're trying to quit something like alcohol, you gotta pretty much make some lifestyle changes. You can't do the stuff that you used to do while you were drinking, because it's just like, it'll kill you. Like you're dying for a drink while you're doing it. Yeah, so I don't know what that means for future live streams, whether I just stop drinking and stop doing live streams, or I just kind of bite the bullet and do a live stream knowing that I'm going to be in AFib the next day. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I mean, I really enjoy the live streams. I really do. So I don't know what the future holds just yet. I'm sure lots of people will say, well, don't drink and don't do live streams. Sure. That's one option. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. You can tell me what you think below. Haven't seen much of Junebug this video. There she is. Do you see something over there? I hear a chainsaw way over there. Yeah, so that's going to be the end of this video. So we'll see you in Friday's video, and there's probably not going to be a live stream Friday, but I won't guarantee it. I know I screwed up a few people last Friday by saying there wasn't going to be a live stream, and then really it was the last minute. I was like driving back and just about to come back in with Willow, and I thought, yeah, screw it, let's do it. Which is what I titled the live stream, screw it, let's do it. So, I don't know. Stay tuned. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, City Girl will be here for Friday's video anyway. And I'll get her to do a Bridge of Doom. You weren't expecting that. I love when she does it. Let's put that in here.
Is something really terrible going to happen to us? That's why we call it the Bridge of Doom.
And again.
So, here we are at the Bridge of Doom.
I love it when she does that. Anyway, peace out.